and welcome back to this week's episode of the SOBC Virtual Camp. We are now on to episode 6, and this will be the last episode of this virtual camp. We hope you enjoyed the other videos as well. However, stay tuned on our Instagram and Facebook pages to see how you can be involved in the other activities and giveaways that we will be still doing. Also, a big thank you to everyone who participated in last week's gift card giveaway, and we had a lot of responses. And congratulations to our 2 winners. There will be another giveaway sometime this week, so make sure you are following us on Instagram to find out how and when you can enter. As for this video, we have a special guest that will be featuring in our video, and he will be sharing his experiences as an athlete. And then we will be going into the basketball component with Kabir. We hope you enjoy this episode. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the nutrition component for this week's episode. Today we will have a special episode as we have a guest who will be sharing his experiences as an athlete, and he will be discussing how important nutrition is for him. Hi Jasmine, thank you so much for being a part of our SOBC virtual camp and taking the time out to share your experiences. So to begin, I would like you to start off by giving us an introduction about yourself and the sport you're involved in.
My name is Jasmeet Singh Folka. I'm a 74-kilo wrestler for the Canadian national team. I'm stepped away from the Olympic Games, and I want to thank you guys for having me today.
Great. So how long have you been wrestling, and how did you start?
I've been wrestling for 17 years. I started after my older brother. He got involved in middle school, and then I followed his footsteps.
Okay, great. And how important is nutrition to you?
Nutrition is really important. I feel like as I got older, I learned more and more the value of nutrition. Sleep and nutrition, I think, come hand to hand. And as you get older, they both play a huge component. After hard workouts, I'm losing a lot of, sweating a lot, so I'm losing a lot of electrolytes. And also after hard workouts, that my body needs fuel to recover. Mm-hmm. So I need to make sure I'm eating the right things so my body's ready for the second training session, because we can train from anywhere from 2 to 3 times a day. And if I'm not feeling my body accordingly, I won't have enough energy to sustain.
That's right. So that kind of goes into my next question, which was what role does nutrition play in your training? Do you focus on your nutrition by yourself, or do you get some advice from someone else, or how do you? So
I think when I was younger, I kind of did it myself, but as I got older, so I have a nutritionist that I touch base with every month. Mm-hmm. But I think I kind of figured it out. So like obviously in the mornings when I'm eating, it's more to fuel my muscles, because that's before my workout. Then after my workout, it's more to get into fuel for the next workout. And then obviously at nighttime, same thing. But for me, I'm not too heavy, so I can do that. But some people that are like cutting weight and stuff, they gotta fuel their bodies differently, so they got to manage their weight as well and the calories. Mm-hmm. So you really got to be careful at the same time, because you want to balance. So when I'm training really hard, I got to put in more carbs. Yeah. When I'm training less, I want to have more protein but more veggies. So I think nutrition plays a big component, and it's really because if I wake up and I go to training without eating anything, mm-hmm. as in if I go in with eating a meal, I'll be way more output.
Yeah, sure. And my next question here is, what is one thing you would say is the hardest when it comes to changing your diet for your training?
I think discipline. I think that is the hardest, because I think as humans, we're a creature of habit. So like we're not used to it and we don't want to change. But I feel like once you do it, it's really easy. I think the first 2 weeks will be the hardest, because you always, if you have a sweet tooth or you have you want some sugary thing, you always gonna want to get it. But I think the first 2 weeks are the hardest. And I think once you get past those, they're not as hard, because I think after a while, we start noticing there's certain things that I used to eat maybe a month ago that I don't eat anymore. Now when I have that, it's like my body doesn't want it anymore. And then I notice it. And then myself as a person, I don't want it anymore, because it just doesn't sit well with me anymore.
Okay. And then my next question here is, according to you, what are other things that are important along with keeping a healthy diet? I know you talked about sleep, but is there anything else that you consider that's important as well, including a healthy diet and sleep?
Yeah, I think most self-care. And I think that's something we have gotten away as society. But I think that's the most important thing is self-care. Sleep, eat, spiritually, whatever it is, everyone's different. Spiritually, I think that helps you as well. And I think just taking time out for yourself, whether it's a 10-minute walk or a 5-minute walk or even reading a book or whatever it is. I think as society, we've gotten away from that. And I think that's really, really important. Just taking self-care because put yourself first. Everything else should be in the back. And I think in society, we put work first or others first always, and we never give ourselves any time. We're always thinking about others, or we're thinking about work, or I gotta do this. But I think we need to slow our lives down and think about ourselves, because end of the day, that's the most important thing. If we can't function properly, none of those other things will matter.
Exactly. Yeah, mental health is really important for that.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to training athletes in regards to their diet or nutrition? So we have a lot of Special Olympics BCE athletes and participants who watch your episode. So what is some advice you would give to them?
I would say talk to a nutritionist if you don't know too much about nutrition, because me myself, I didn't know much. And just broaden your knowledge. And I think just always be willing to change. And just, try new foods and and just get in the routine, because discipline, as you become an athlete, and one of the easiest part is training. The hardest part's going to be off for like the downtime. And I think if your nutrition is good, you can get away with training less, and you can get away with doing less because you're always eating efficient. So I think I would tell them that sacrifice it, because I think as you get older, it pays dividend. I'm 27 years old and I feel amazing, but I think a lot of that has to do with my discipline and my nutrition, because if I'm not feeding my muscles properly, then my body is fighting each other every single day. And as I get older, it's harder and harder to maintain.
Yeah, you need to keep up with all the physical demands your body's being placed under.
Yeah.
So looking into your future, what are some things that you're looking forward to in the next few years?
I'm looking forward to wrestling in 3 Olympics. I want to wrestle in 2028. And yeah, I want to wrestle until then, and I want to give back to this community as much as I can. That's given me so much, and just try to help the youth as much as I can.
That's very exciting. So do you have any final thoughts or advice for our virtual camp viewers? Any motivation for them, anything at all?
I would tell them for nutrition, just keep the discipline, and the only motivation I'd give them is keep chasing your dream. You'll never regret in life chasing your dream and falling short, but you'll always regret not chasing your dream. I've never met anyone in my life that said, I tried my best, but I regretted or anything like that. But I've met a lot of people that said, man, only if I stuck with it. So reach your full potential. You'll never regret it. Everything in life stays the same. When you're trying to chase something, you may think that I'm missing out on something, but you don't miss out on anything. When you come back, life will be the exact same, but you will reach that fulfillment in your life because you put it all out there.
Exactly. So those are all the questions I had for you today. Thank you so much for being a part of this episode and taking time out of your busy schedule to share your experiences with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to the 6th episode of the SOBC Basketball and Nutrition Camp. For this basketball episode, we'll be working on all the moves that we learned from episode 1 through 5 in a creative and fun way. So if you have any trouble working on the moves, just feel free to pause the video and then just keep practicing the move until you get it. Other than that, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email us or contact us on one of our social media pages in the description below. pass the ball between your hands as if you were holding a hot potato. Now wrap the ball around your body. Dribble, and now we will be going to low dribbles. And now we'll be going to high dribble, so pound that ball hard. Focus on getting the ball from your right hand to your left hand. And now to make it even harder, increase the distance between your hands and make that crossover wide. Dribble wider and move your hands apart. If you feel any struggle, pause the video and try again. Just keep going at it, team. For our next move, we'll be using both of our hands, and you want to alternate your hands and keep punching the ball into the ground and get that ball moving. It's kind of like playing hot potato with your hands. For the next move, we'll be moving side to side like we have done in previous videos, and then once you get to the end of your mat or wherever you are, and finish it with the crossover as seen in the video. last bit of the video, we'll be mixing it up. So we're going to do a crossover and then go between the legs. So you can see me in the video, crossover between your hands, and then bring the foot forward through the legs. Now take your time through this, pause the video, mix around with it, and have fun with it. For the next one, instead of the crossover, we'll be going through the legs and then giving ourselves a dribble while keeping the leg forward. As you can see in the video, dribble, dribble through the legs and then pound the ball through the legs. We're almost done. For the last move, we'll be doing a crossover with a one dribble at the end. You see, ball goes from right hand to left hand with a dribble. Same thing every time, and keep going at it, team. We're almost done.